So hi guys, today we are going to learn on how to design and analyze reinforced concrete using Etabs. So, Etabs, meron siyang tatlong parts which is the modeling, design, and analysis. So let's first open our Etabs. And then as I've said, we are going to start on modeling. So select file, new model. And then this model initialization will appear. So select use built-in settings and then the display unit must be metric SI. And then since we are just going to design a concrete, just select the latest code which is the ACI 318-14 and then select OK. And then this will appear the templates for the new model. So the number of grid lines, just input everything there. And then A5. And then for the spacing, 4. Let's try to make a 6-story building. So 6, number of stories. Then the height is 4. Then the bottom story height is 4. And here you can select a blank, read-only, steel deck, staggered truss, flat slab with parameter beams, or waffle slab, or two-way, or ribs slab. But since we're just going to design concrete, so let's select first the grid-only. And then here you'll have your 3D view and the plan view. So first, let us define our properties, material properties. And again, since we are just going to make the concrete, a reinforced concrete design, so first select this and then modify, check everything. So material type, concrete, okay. Leave everything else as is. And then here for the rebars, grid 60, modify. And then, okay, okay. And now for the section properties, go to define menu, section properties, and then frame sections. So here, find this property or add new property. So let's select the rectangular section, concrete, and then here this template will appear. So let's property name. So since we are going to make reinforced concrete team, and then for the depth in the width, maybe 600 by 450 since it's in mm. So make sure that to modify show rebar on reinforcement. And then select, since this is for the beam, select beam, then OK. OK. And then for add new property for the column. So RC column. And then for its depth, let's try 900. That's good. And for the width, let's try making it. And then for the reinforcement, okay, the design type is intended for column. And for the longitudinal bar size and area, let's make 16 and 16 for the corner bar size and area. And here sa confinement bars, let's make it 12, yung number of bars. Okay. So yung size niya is rectangular. goods. So let's add our columns here on our plan. So first, click this withdraw column icon. And then for the properties of the object, for the property, select the one that we have made earlier, intended for the column. And then for the angle in degree, 90. So guys, don't forget to check here. Kasi dito merong one story, all stories, similar stories. So to minimize error, always check. Since it's for all the story, let's make a column for all. Sorry. Ayan. Meron na tayong column. And then for the beam, just select withdraw beams. And then type of line, frame, property, select RC beam. Okay. Select. Ayan na. Meron na tayong beam tsaka column. And now for the shear wall. Let's add shear wall. So ano nga ba yung shear wall? So shear wall is design intended to resist in-plane lateral force, typically for wind and seismic loads. So, maraming types ng pagkakalagay ng shear wall. Merong iba ginagawang dito. Yan, lahat yan siya dyan, shear wall, or meron ding iba doon sa elevator. So, sa atin, dito natin siya ilagay sa ating elevator. Siya yung magsisilbing lagayan. So, first, go to draw menu, and then draw wall stacks. Select this one, and then edit the core height and core width. So let's try 3.7 and 1.7. And then okay. And then just place it there. And then there. Ayan na, meron na tayong shear wall. So dito, as you can see, there are solid lines. So since pure buhos ito dito, let's delete these unnecessary lines. So select the unnecessary lines to delete. And then delete. So in deleting unnecessary lines, you can just select the lines or the column and then just quickly press the delete key. And for the columns, don't forget to press Control. Okay. Okay. And then delete. So there, wala na yung columns natin. So dito, for the opening of our elevator, just delete. So since 6 stories yung building natin, kailangan talaga natin ng elevator. Kasi ang power mo, if kaya mo aakyatin tsaka bababain niya 6 stories na yan. So for the other one, just do the same thing. Delete the unnecessary lines. Ayan siya. Enter. Delete. And for the columns, again, don't forget to press the Control key. Ayan siya. And then, this is the other way of deleting the edit. Ayan siya, wala na siya. And now, since tapos na tayo sa shear wall natin, ayan siya. So, let us define our slabs. We can now define our slabs. So, define section properties, slab section. So, add new property. So, for the thickness of our slab, 200 mm. Okay. Then add new property for our stairs. Okay. Okay. And now go to the quick draw slab floor. Here, the left side of your window. And then select the properties of the object. Select slab 200 with the thickness 200 and then select the area. So since yung building natin is a C-type, let's just make it a C. Oh, sorry. So, baka nagtataka kayo kung bakit may hollow tayo dito. This is intended for our stairs. So, ayan, okay na siya. Goods. Pero, yung sa slab sa base natin, kailangan natin siyang tanggalin. So, just go to plan view, and then go to base. Okay. And then, since sa base lang naman na slab yung tatanggalin natin, we select one story here, and then delete the slabs. Delete. Ayan na siya. Good. So, balik tayo sa 6th story or yun sa upper view. Ayan siya. And then, i-check muna natin if naka-fixed ba yung reaction natin. So, assign joint restraint. As restraint, select fix. Okay. So, install this siya. Okay. So, you can just quickly check here if okay na yung reactions. O, ayan siya. Goods na. So, now, ayan. So, dito, balik tayo sa plan view. And now, we are going to add the stairs. So, just select the area. Then for the stairs, right-click. Show selected areas only. Sorry. Control Y. Sorry. May mali tayo, hindi natin na-delete. Ito pala, so since C-type nga yung building natin, we have to delete these unnecessary columns and beams. So, ayan siya. And then now, balik tayo dito. So here, to add the stairs, select the area intended for the stairs, and then right-click, show selected objects only. Ayan siya, and then make it 3D. Okay. So here, to make a landing, first let's divide our shell. Divide shell. Edit shells. No, sorry. It's wrong. The shell. And frames divide into two. Sorry. Dito, to make a landing, you should control copy and then control paste. And then, so since 4 yung height ng ating story, so let's just divide it that. And here, we'll just have to make a landing for our stairs. Select this, add joint, draw joint objects. So here, so 500 mm. Okay. Papasok. Ay, sorry. Sa X. Ayan siya. Diyan. And then here. And here. Lagyan na lang natin lahat. Tapos dito, sa other side, let's just make it negative. Ayan. Now, let's make a slab. Sub 200. Since landing siya, slab 120. Ayan. Make sure na ma-select mo yung tamang joint para hindi magkamali-mali yung ano natin, yung tawag dyan, yung slab. So dito, just do the same. Okay. Then ayan na siya. And now, dito, yung slab, i-divide mo lang siya, shells. Divide shells into 1 lang siya by 2. So, ayan siya. Tapos yung sa kabila naman, na shell. Okay. Ayan na. So, just make a slab for your stairs again. Ayan. For the other side, natin siya. Ayan. Make a slab. Connect. Ayan. So, dito, para iwasan talaga yung mali. Hindi ko kasi alam kung paano siya mag-synchronize. So, ang gagawin natin, iisa-isahin natin yan siya. So, delete. Ayan, and make another slab. Ayan. Make sure na tamang joint talaga. Ayan. Meron extra, just delete that. And for the next, ayan. Then for the extra, just delete. Then dito na naman, sa kabila, make a slab. Then just delete that unnecessary slab over there. Just bear with me, guys. Because we are learning on this thing together. Ayan. Saan na ba tayo? Oh, for the last one. Make a slab. Okay. Ayan. So you can check. There. Ayan. After making the stairs, let's define the load patterns. So, landing muna tayo. Okay. Ayan. And then, show muna an objects. Ayan. So, may elevator na tayo. Ay, may shear wall na. Hagdanan, beams, slab, columns. So, now, let's define the load patterns. So, go to define menu. And then load patterns. So, dito, meron na tayong dead and live. So, we will just have to add the superimposed load. So, ano nga ba yung dead load? So, a dead load is yung self-weight of the structure permanently attached or yung weight, the walls, the beams, and the columns. So, first yung superimposed naman, siya yung wall load, floor finish, terrace or water tank or etc. So here, the type is super dead, and then yung multiplier is 0, add new. So yung live load naman, live loads may or may not act fully or partially, vary with time and the exact location on the structure. And then, for the last one, let's add for the earthquake load. So static. Pwede mo siya ditong isa-isahin yung sa earthquake, whether sa X direction or sa Y direction, pero dito iisahan na lang natin siya. So yung type is seismic. And then, yung lateral load is the UBC 97. So Universal Building Code 97. And then add modify lateral load. Ay, wait. Add muna natin. Okay. Ay, sorry. Assign. Define. Load patterns, modify, so x and y. Since 2 na, x and y, ayan na siya. Tapos, yung sa direction and eccentricity natin is yung x and y na siya. And then for the eccentricity ratio is 0.5 as is. And then dito, method A, let's try 0.4, 0.2. Ayan. And then dito is SD. Dahil yung ano dito sa kabakan is super stiff. Since nasa zone 4 tayo, so yung factor is 0.40. So dito, leave it as is. Yan na yun siya yung ano ni Etabs. Yan na yung calculated niya. For example, yung dito. Magbago yan siya if for example dito. So yan yun siya. So since nga nasa zone factor tayo, zone 4 tayo, yung factor is 0.40. So yan na yun siya. And then, for the overweight factor R is 8.5. Ayan siya. And then dito sa near source factor per code. Tapos, seismic type is D. Tapos yung distance natin is 42. Given na yan siya, yan yung ano ng DOST. Ito siya. Ito. So, ito na yun siya. So, ayan yung magnitude and distance ng kabakan. Ito yung location ng kabakan. Since given na yung distance niya sa mga faults. Distance is 42. So, 42. And then, okay na. Okay. Select okay. Okay. And now, for the response spectrum, let us go to define menu and then functions. Select response spectrum and then function type, the UBC97, and then modify. Hindi pala ito siya dito. Okay pala yun siya. Okay. Ay, sorry. Define functions, response spectrum. Di pala natin siya na-add. I'm sorry, guys. So, add new function. So, yung name natin is, so yung nasa kabakan tayo, RS analysis. So, dito leave it as is. Tapos dito, sa seismic coefficient natin, ito yung siya sa kanina. Ito yung sa, so let's 0.44. And then, sorry, dito is 64. Ayan na siya. So, ito na yun yung function ng graph. And then, okay. Okay. And then, sa pag-define ng modal case, so let's go to modal case. Ayan siya. So, let's just modify showcase. And then, ito siya. Yung number, leave that as is. Pero, dito sa parameters, let's try maybe 15. Sa maximum number of loads. Okay. Okay. And for the load case, for the define, let's first define the mass source. So, ayan siya. Tapos, modify show. And then dito siya, ito talaga yung i-click natin yung element self-mass tsaka additional mass. So, yan lang yan siya. Wala nang ibang i-change. Okay. Okay. And then, for the load cases, ayan siya. Let's just add. Andyan na yung dead, live, superimposed, static earthquake. So, let's just add the load for our spectrum, response spectrum. So, RS, just load, RS load. Yan. So, yung type niya is ito, response spectrum. So, add. Ayan siya. So, dito, ita-times natin yan siya. So, since yung I natin, tsaka yung I natin is 1 and R natin is 8, so divide natin yung I, ay yung 1 sa 8, which is, ito siya. And then, i-times natin, yung 1 over 8, i-times natin siya dito, and then magiging, ano to siya, 1, 1, 2, 6. Okay. 1, 1, 2, 6. So, this is 2. Ganyan. So, yung case natin dito is modal. Tapos, ganyan. And then, okay. Ayan na siya. So, okay. So, now, let us define our delta P. So, bakit kailangan i-define yung delta P? So, andito yan siya. So, why consider P delta effect? So, according to the section 208.6.3 of NSCP 2015, so delta P effects shall be considered in the evaluation of overall structural frame stability and shall be evaluated using the forces producing the displacement of delta S and delta P. Need not be considered when the ratio of secondary moment to primary moment does not exceed 2.10. The ratio may be evaluated for any story as the product of the total dead and floor live loads as required in the section 203 above the story times the seismic drift in that story divided by the product of the seismic shear in that story times the height of the story. In seismic zone 4, delta P need not be considered when the story drift ratio does not exceed to 0.02 over R. So, ayun siya. So, dito, delta P, let's define our delta P. Ayan siya. So, yung automation method, let's select the iterative based on loads. And then sa dead, add. Sa dead is 1.2. And then add. And for the live, that's 0.5. Add. And for the superimposed, 1.2. Then add. And then, okay. And then for the load combination, wala pa yan siyang laman, pero si Etabs, siya na yung bahalang maglagay yan dyan. Pero pwede man din manumanuhin, pero para mas madali, let Etabs do its work. So, okay. So, sa pag-assign tayo ng loads. In assigning the loads, so let's select the outer. Naka-all stories na siya. Select. Select the outer walls. And then assign the frame loads distributed. So yung uniform load is 9. Ayan siya, dead. Yung load pattern name is dead. And then apply. And okay. So makikita mo yan siya dito. Ayan na siya. Ayan. Yan yung self-weight niya. And then, balik tayo. Assign clear. And then, for the live loads sa slab, let's go to assign. And then, shell loads and then uniform. So, yung uniform load is 4 kilonewton. This is live. And then, okay. And then just select assign, apply. So, ayan na siya. Yan na yung load niya. Diyan na siya. So, 4. So, let's see. Ano na siya lahat. Okay. And then, so, ito siya. Optional lang siya. Pero, we can make this the design strips method. So, clear first. Para hindi masyadong, sorry. Yan siya. And then edit design strips. Ayan na siya. Okay. So, ayan siya. And then, for the B, right, okay. So, bakit wala? Ayan, sige lang, disregard. So, for the analysis, let us lock our model. And then, run. So, i-name natin siya, Etabs. Sorry. Reinforced concrete 6-story. Ayan. Save. So, maghintay lang kayo. Let's just wait for a while. And then, magra-run na yan siya. Makita mo dito kung ano yung gina-analyze niya. Yung percent. Ayan. So, ito na siya. So, makita natin. Ayan na siya. Sorry. So, ayan na yung building natin. So, ito yung deformed structure of the building presented. Sleep and then go. And then, siya. So, dito, let's try. I'm sorry. So, for the shear and moment diagram, to view the contour and the slopes, so let's select display and then select shell forces display and then saan naman yun siya? Diba? Ito siya. And then display. So, ito siya. Dito natin siya i-apply to demand. So, ayan siya. Kikita mo yung contour ng ating slab. So, display, ito na siya yung deformed shape na, ito na yung contour. So, para naman sa moment and shear diagram, so, select muna natin, assign, clear, assign, clear. Ayan. For the shear and moment diagram, we just have to go to this, ito siya, display frame. And then, for the moment, okay, so ito yung moment. So, try natin yung 3D. Ayan. Ayan siya. Yan yung moment niya. And then, for the shear, just select that icon again. Then select the shear. And then there you have your shear. Let's try this one. Ayan. So, in 3D, ayan siya. Ayan. Okay. And then, assign, clear. Tapos, sa pag-design ng beam and columns na tayo. So, the last part. So, select this concrete frame and then rebar selection rules for column. Ayan. And then dito, let's say 14 and then 25. Yung high, largest bar. Tsaka dito, 25 na din. At dito, try natin, maybe 12. 10. Try natin 10. Tapos dito, 12. Pababaan natin dito. Anyways, you can assume you can try using these Etabs and designing kasi very reliable siya. Ayan. So, for the seismic requirements, ayun pa rin. Try natin yung largest bar is 25. And then here, for the smallest bar is 12 sa ties. And then sa largest is 18. So, okay. Di na naman siya naka-all stories. So, saan na ganit yun? Ayan. Tapos, dito naman sa beams, let's say, hindi natin siya galawin na, okay na yan siya. So, to check, let's start the design check. Ayan. Just patiently wait. There. Ayan siya. So, dito makikita natin, ayan siya, yung design. So, goods siya. Tapos, wait lang guys, ha? Detail, grabe talaga ito. Detailed na siya. Tapos, sa pag-check naman ng slab design natin, so, story 6 is okay. So, balik tayo doon. Saan naman yun siya? Start design check. Hintayin lang matapos. Ayan siya. So, ayan, meron na siya lahat. Ayan. See? Andiyan na if anong yung frame na gamitin, andiyan na yan siya lahat. And now, for the concrete slab, let's just go here. And then, ayan na siya. Select all stories. Ayan na siya, just wait. And ito na siya yung, ayan na siya, andyan na yan siya, oh. Kompleto na siya. Ang highest shear niya, ang lowest. So, okay. And then plan. Okay. And then assign. Tapos, for the flexural, balik tayo doon. Tapos try natin dito. 16. Tingnan natin if wait lang. Ulit. Like, eto dito, makikita nyo dito kung ilang 16 bars ang magagamit. So, nasa inyo rin yan guys, if saan kayo mas makakamura. So, dito, tatlong number 16 bars, dalawang number 16 bars, tsaka dito, makikita mo na yan siya. Tapos dito isang 16 bar. So, pwede mo din i-check or mag-try pa ng iba kung saan ka mas makakamura or try natin. Try natin. Kung saan tayo mas makaless, baka minimize siya ng cost. So, try natin. 18 siguro. Ayan. So, dalawang 18. So, parang same-same lang din. So, yan guys. You can try anything. You can explore using these Etabs. So, ibalik natin siya sa 16. Okay. So, ayan na siya. Tapos, sa shear wall na naman. Yung i-check natin. So, ito siya. Start design check. Ayan. So, lang. So, na-okay na ito siya lahat. I-try mo na. Ito siya para sa stilang ito kasi siya dito banda. Oh. So, so if okay na naman yung design natin, guys. Okay. So, dito, makikita mo yung results ng may tables yan siya dyan, guys, kung saan makikita mo yung sa analysis results mo. So, for the reactions, ayan siya. Makita mo yan na yan siya dyan. Ayan. And then for the joint, siya, sa design, results, andun na pala siya lahat sa base. Ayan. And then, dito sa modal, check mo lang yan siya dyan. Maglabas yan siya. Ayan. So, madali na lang yan siya. Tapos, dito, saan naman yung reports? So, dito sa project information, pwede mo yan siya ilagay dyan kung anong name ng client mo, project name ng building na ginawa mo, number, tapos yung company information, module information, tapos yun dyan. Tapos, dito na, sa paggawa ng report, so makapili ka if maka-show yung project report. So, it will take long kasi lahat ng detalye ng ginawa ng project mo sa project mo, parang i-input niya lahat. Tapos yun na, pwede mo siyang i- i-download or i-print out kung gusto ng client mo. And you can keep it also. So you can just export your report from Etabs and just save that. So that would be all, guys. Thank you for bearing with me on my tutorial. Thank you so much and God bless.